Hi, Sean. Just want to let you know I got your video. It's looking good. I'm going to give you some pointers to go over. So first of all, when you do the bow, just make sure that you hold this palm out just for a fraction of a second. Everything you want to do when you're working on your foundational skills, you want to pause, because that not only allows the moment to resonate, but it also allows you to get used to how to issue force when the time comes. It's just like when you're hitting something, you don't want to pull your hand off of the target. You want to leave it in there and let the impact travel through. So I'll show you what I mean. So you start here in the beginning, and when you do the bow, right now you're kind of just immediately bringing this left hand out. You want to actually pause for a second, let the impact go out, then step, then bow. Okay?
So as you can see here, your hand comes out and immediately goes into the salute without a pause.
Additionally, the bow is like a salutation, so you want to make sure it has significance if you're waving to somebody and not just bringing your hand up and down, okay? The other part is the horse stance, okay? When you're doing the horse stance here, you're bringing your feet apart very wide, okay? So if you look down at my feet, you'll notice that when I do it, I'm opening my feet in 45-degree angles. So it's 45, 45, 45, 45, and then I straighten out. So it's a much more compact stance. Okay. In actuality, you want it to be more or less from the center of your chest to the side of your body. That's the same distance out here, roughly. Okay. Any wider, it's too wide for the type of kung fu we do. Okay.
So as you can see here, you begin opening your feet in roughly a 45-degree angle, but actually the third and fourth one are significantly wider. This leaves you with a very, very wide horse stance on the finish.
Okay, so the other part that you want to work on is when you're doing your Q sao, right? This bridge hand. Right? Right now, when you're doing it, you're kind of moving your body sideways. Think of it like you're doing a push-up. Okay, so if you're on the ground, you were doing a push-up. You want to twist your waist, right? You want to push straight down and up, keeping the torso aligned.
Now, as you can see here, if you look at the center of the symbol on your shirt, you can see it twisting left and right. That's an indicator that you're turning your waist.
The other thing is to get the maximum effect and to get the tension that you're looking for. You want to squeeze from the fingertip to the elbow. Just squeeze tightly. That in and of itself will dictate the pace of how fast you can push it out. So when you're doing your horse stance and you're doing the Q sao, right? So you're here. It's breathe in, squeeze from here to here, press, then press. If there's an equal amount of tension from here to here, the speed will be equal, all right? You'll have the same pace, okay? Also, when you're doing your punches, you're punching up high, right? You actually want to punch to the solar plexus here. So the person you're fighting is at your height, standing at the same level. So I want to punch here to the solar plexus. It's not too high, like that, okay?
So as you can see here, you're actually punching towards the neck level. You want to punch lower towards the solar plexus.
Okay, so the next part is when you're doing the uppercut. When you're doing your uppercuts, you want your arm completely vertical, right? You don't want it off in an angle, because you have to think about it. When you're hitting somebody, you're throwing an uppercut, right? Up there. You want to make sure that when you hit, the impact can travel through the framework of your arm. If it's off, you have the potential to hurt your wrist or break it, okay? So always do your uppercuts parallel to each other and perpendicular to the ground, okay? So when you're here and you come up, visually look at it and make sure it's parallel, okay? Like so.
So as you can see here, as you throw your uppercuts, your wrists are not aligned with your elbows. So the impact will go directly into your wrists, potentially breaking them on impact.
And then when you're doing your elbows and you open up here, make sure that the hands are tight against the chest, not out here, all right? For that same reason, I don't want it here when I'm hitting out, because the impact's going to go right into the elbow. If it's here, it's going to go through the framework of my shoulder, like so, okay? So those are things to look for. The other part is when you're coming down with these double back fists, okay? So I'm going to do it at an angle here. So you're here. You're bringing down your body and the hand at the same time. So there's really not a contraction of power.
So as you can see here, you're dropping your waist and arms at the same time.
What you want to do is you want to get to the point where you actually compress and come down, so your hips push down, and then the hands follow. Okay, so there's a big difference between everything coming down at once and this coming down first and then this coming down. That gives it that contraction so the power can come out. Okay? Other than that, just keep working on it. These are all foundational things, but foundations are the most advanced things. So work on it, keep working hard, and I'll see you next time. Good job, Sean.
Hello, I'm Sifu Kurtis Fujita with Tiger Crane Kung Fu. Just wanted to let everybody know that we do have an online program that we're utilizing, not just for our enrolled students that come to our physical location, but also for students who are in other states, other time zones, other countries. It's a unique program with multiple components that really help you learn Kung Fu and Tai Chi at home during the current health epidemic and beyond. So we have different components. The first part is, of course, the Zoom classes. We have online Zoom classes that meet throughout the week for Kung Fu and Tai Chi. We also have a unique thing which we call our rerun program. And what that means is we record the Zoom classes and we have an archive of dozens and dozens of videos for you to access at any time, anywhere, as long as you have an internet connection. So if you missed a class, you can go ahead and follow along and check it out. Or if you want to remember something that was mentioned in class, you can go back and watch the rerun. It's an archive for all enrolled members. Also, we have personal videos. And what I mean by that is if you film yourself doing an individual technique, you can send it to me and I'll be happy to shoot my own video with a response detailing specifically what you want to do to improve the exercise and do it most efficiently. And lastly, we even have a social club component. And what that essentially means is, you know, when you're at a gym or a martial arts studio, it's that sense of community, the ability to visit with your classmates, with your teacher after class to, you know, socialize. So we have a social club meeting. So once a week after class, we have a Zoom session and we talk for a little bit and catch up with each other and socialize. So these are all the different components that make our unique online Kung Fu program. If you're interested, feel free to reach me at my email address. It's instructor@tigercrane.net. Again, instructor@tigercrane.net. We would love to see you in our online studio. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to hearing from you, and take care.